Hey guys, this is your host Gooby, and welcome to the Toon Balloon podcast, our outlet to discuss, theorize, and enjoy our favorite webtoons, with the occasional anime and manga sprinkled in between. In today's episode, my co-hosts, Bee and Panda, will be joining me on an in-depth discussion of the completed webtoon series, Siren's Lament by InstantMiso. If you hadn't heard of this brilliant author yet, then I highly recommend you check out her other series, Where Tangents Meet and Eaternal Nocturnal. We have actually discussed Eaternal Nocturnal and plan to do more discussions of it in the future. If you have enjoyed InstantMiso's work so far and would like more opportunities to support the creator, then please consider checking out her Patreon. She has her $1 membership tier that offers exclusive art for her supporters. She is such a great storyteller and artist, so definitely check out those series, her Patreon, and more. I will leave links in the description box below. Now, there is a guarantee that if you haven't read the series, then it is advised to listen with caution for this episode because there will be spoilers, so you have been warned. Now, let's talk Siren's Lament by InstantMiso. All right, guys, we got a fun discussion today. We're going to be discussing Siren's Lament by InstantMiso, and I have my two special guests. We have Bee and Panda.
Hello.
All right,
Definitely
so Bee, definitely not Bee just finished her binge read on Siren's Lament. Me and Panda have already read it a few months back. I think already we finished.
A while back.
Yeah.
A long while back.
So we're excited to hear her thoughts today along with our own discussion. So we're going to go with like our overall impression of the story in the beginning. So I'd like to hear what Bee thought when she did her binge read.
Okay, so when I first started reading it, I was just, I didn't set an expectation because I really love the author InstantMiso, and I found her through Eaternal Nocturnal, and then I found Where Tangents Meet. So because she has such curves, I was like, I don't know what this is going to go. But I saw like the strong pull and push kind of between Lyra and Sean. So I was like, okay, there's some romance here. There's definitely going to be some development because she's good at strong female leads. And I didn't know where the power was going to come from. Then all of a sudden, there's a fish. And I was like, what the world? There's a man. He has abs. He is a fish. What? And Ian comes in and I'm like, what is going on?
Okay, you brought in abs and fishmen. I'm like, oh my God, I'm dying because I'm remembering.
And that was just like, okay, there's a triangle now. Don't look at the romance. I'm looking at the development here. And then we learn about Granny and I'm like, man, this is a story we're about to get into. I loved every part of it. I didn't read it for what it was going to be. I was in the moment kind of read it.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Yeah,
I definitely felt the same.
Same. It was such a good story. I loved it so much when I initially read it. I honestly didn't know what to expect with it either. I was just going with the flow.
Oh my gosh. And the artwork, it draws you in. There's certain parts where I was like, I'm going to read this as fast as possible because there is a lot of episodes. And then I was like, I'm going to go as slow as possible because the color transition in this is amazing.
That was me as well. Like at first I was like, I'm going to read this. It's going to be good. But I was enjoying it so much. Like I had to go back sometimes just to admire the art. And then the chapters that had the music, holy freaking crap. Beautiful. I just loved it so much.
Kenny does a great job with music.
Oh yeah, definitely. I love it. The music, the art, the colors, the story, everything together. masterpiece. Literally, chef freaking kiss, guys. Yeah, I love it so much. I'm over here making like these sound effects. Like, why? I'm not disgusted. I'm just in love.
I remember when I read the series, I think she had just gone on hiatus because she wanted to have the last few episodes to be as perfect as possible. You know, she was working really hard for those few months and those last few. So I binged read all that time until she came back. And I got lucky because she came back right when I finished. And I was like, heck yeah. So we're going to fast pass everything.
I read it a lot earlier than that. So I was like ongoing while she was ongoing. And I'm like, oh, I'm fighting for my life. It's so good.
I think she does a really excellent job at like developing characters and making them really three-dimensional, because you don't read somebody and they feel flat. Like everyone's got some sort of, you know, big personality to them. And I love that about it.
Like, I'm not going to lie, in the beginning when I was reading it, Lyra, I don't know, she seemed not like her usual type. I feel like, you know, she wasn't that strong character. She definitely had a lot going on. And Sean, I feel like he didn't have a lot to him until we learned more about him. I'm like, oh, you have a lot actually. Like, you're a lot more deep than I thought you would be. I thought you were just, you know, a pretty face or whatever, didn't have a lot going on. You were just the best friend's older brother or something like that. But no, the man had a serious development. I was not expecting that going into the story.
The craziest development for me was the Poseidon, or
okay, yes.
Like, honestly, when she was Aaliyah and she was dating Sean, I thought she was just gonna be there for like a few chapters or like a good chunk to show development through Sean, and then all of a sudden she started continuing to come back, and I'm like, what is up with this? Why are you here?
You know what? I wanted to like touch on some of the relationships in the story. And I guess before she became, you know, before we were enlightened that she was Poseidon, what did you think of that relationship dynamic where she essentially is just with Sean because they both know they can't be with the people I guess they want to be. So they just kind of settled with each other throughout that time.
That sucks. Honestly, that just sucks. I don't have any other words for it other than I personally didn't see why, like, when we first learned that they're both in, like, they're in a relationship, I'm just like, I don't see the connection here. They don't give me the right vibe, the aura, like, you know, that they're in love, whatever. And then we learned that they kind of settled for each other. And I'm just like, why? Like, I was very confused by that. I personally, I get it though, I guess. I can understand what they were thinking, but also that's just so sad.
I don't know. See, I understand if you're trying to have someone help you cope with things. I don't think that's the basis of a relationship. But I kind of thought she was toxic to him, and he was to her as well. Because
I just feel like the whole thing was toxic.
It really was. It was a toxic relationship altogether. But for her, she didn't care about Sean. She didn't give him time. She would flake out. She would bring him coffee, and he doesn't like coffee. There's times where she's brought coffee like 2 or 3 times, and he's like, I'm so glad that you do this, but I don't like coffee, so I'm not going to drink it. And she's just like, oh, darling, here you go. And then he enables it. He's not helping her to be a better person because he's just letting her treat him like trash. And that's just as bad.
I mean, I guess it's more because, again, I don't think they were actually in love with each other or like actually cared about each other in that sense, like romantically.
Yeah.
So the whole thing was toxic. Like, I feel like you shouldn't be using people just because you're not with the person that you want to be with. Like, don't be in a relationship because you have to be. So that's why I personally think that they were very toxic with each other. And I feel like they didn't really put effort into it, obviously, because, you know, they just didn't care enough to put effort into it.
Yeah.
I feel like she just kind of used, and I mean, she points it out in the end of the story too. She kind of just uses men to like fill in that space that she doesn't have filled anymore because, you know, the love of her life died. And, you know, that's not fair to any of the men that she's manipulated because they're all either feeling lonely and they wish to have love. And then when this person comes in, it's like, well, I find sadness and loneliness. So I'm just going to use it for my own good, my own gain. And I found that quite hard to redeem until like later in the series. Cause like, how can we redeem a character who's literally ruined a lot of lives? Yeah. Even though I guess in a sense, she did give second chances to people. I do it at the same time. Not everyone really wanted to be like whisked away out of their lives like that.
But she dated them so that she could make sure their heart was broken and then could trade with them. She didn't try to mend them or anything of that nature. If anything, she solidified and or broke it more.
Yeah, I honestly don't think she gave like second chances. I don't think they would be called second chances. They were more just her showing her power that she had over them. So even though like I get that, you know, she was heartbroken, she lost the love of her life, she lost her sister, whatever, like, you know, there was a lot going on with her life, but I feel like even then it's just like it doesn't make sense why you would go and ruin so many people's lives, you know, not just one or two people. Like, you're actually ruining lives here, families, you're breaking families, burning relationships. I don't know, it's crazy, and it's a lot of people. It affected a lot of people. So I'm like, even though there was a reason, I personally don't think it was like something that she can come back from. It wasn't like a redeemable thing for me. Because she was just all over toxic. I get it. You were sad, heartbroken, you didn't get what you wanted, but that's not fair for you to go and do the same to other people, if not worse.
I feel like I always say it explains the behavior. It doesn't excuse it. And that's kind of what happened with her. It's like, yeah, I get why, but it doesn't like excuse anything. And I guess in the end with her giving her life to all of them, like, I guess it's a Band-Aid. I'm going to put it like that.
Yeah, I guess she did something in her last moments. And again, like you said, it's kind of like a Band-Aid after, you know, but the thing is, it's never going to be the same again. Like, I'm going to make, I think I saw this in the Flash. One of the speeches, he made like a reference when you break the cup and you put it back together, like you'll put it back together, but it'll never be the same again. The cracks and stuff will still be there. So it's kind of like that. Can't believe I just made a Flash reference, but anyways, I feel like it's kind of like that. She tried putting it back together in the end, but again, she broke it originally, and that's why there's cracks in it and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I didn't know if you was gonna say something.
Just like, yeah.
I'm doing my best not to like talk more than you guys, so I was letting you say something if you needed to, Gabby.
No, you fill in when you need to. I like hearing what you say.
Talk, bro. It's fresh in your mind, not my mind.
Yeah, we're relying on her right now. Like, help us remember.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm like, considerate.
I'm just trying to go off of what you're saying right now.
Good, fine.
I need
help.
help.
Nope. This is my time to talk. Don't talk. Nope.
All right, so, Queen Bee.
So, I want to go into Lyra because Miso is known for these strong female character roles, kind of like the Poseidon. Who would have thought she would be such a strong female villain who kind of gets sympathy at the end? But also
honestly, character-wise,
like that. How can you hate someone, love someone, and just all at the same time? Like, that was such a good development.
It really was.
And then Lyra, I feel like we can all just kind of relate to her when we don't really know what's going on. We don't want to hurt anybody. We just kind of live in this like glass shell, and then all of a sudden we're like, oh, I can be more than this. I feel like the word enough should never be used to describe a person. And I didn't learn that until probably like last year, if not, last year, 11 days ago.
I'm still learning that.
It's a difficult thing because there's so many molds and there's so many different social norms that we're supposed to meet up to, these like society levels. And they place it by like, it does, but have you ever thought of, oh, you're not tall enough to ride this ride?
That makes me so angry.
Like, okay, why? Or I remember thank goodness the model industry has changed things, but I remember, oh, you're too big to be a model. You're too small to be a model. You're too this, you're too that. It was never enough. Ugh. And that's where
No one is
Lyra felt
ever
like.
ever enough.
They're
If
not.
like because of social media. Social media has changed so many things for people. I feel like just makes people feel less than what they are. And I speak from experience, guys. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. I'm getting over that. I'm in my whatever era this is, my gaining confidence era.
Even before phones and stuff, it was people in magazines.
Oh yeah, magazines or just people just in general talking. Oh, you want to be a model looking like
Yeah.
that? So like, dude, what's the matter to you?
I remember watching Top Model with Tyra Banks, and they
Uh-huh.
had a plus size edition. It was girls in size 4 in 6 pants, and I was like, you want to tell me they're plus size? What?
How is that plus size ever?
And then they also had one where it was short girls, and they were like 5'2", 5'4", and I'm like, that's great. But what about these 5 foot little like nuggets over here? Hello.
Dude,
So
if that's short, then that means I'm short because I'm 5'4". Like, are you kidding me?
you
I
are.
thought I was average.
Nope. Most models are 5'6" to 5'8". They want the tall elegance.
Dang. What about the average chub girl? I don't know.
Yo, I'm a proud chicken nugget. It's cool.
I'm a proud, I guess, average chub. I don't know what to call myself.
You are gorgeous and you are nothing less.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you. You guys are all queens here. Just want to remind y'all that. Also, for the people listening, kings and queens.
Kings and queens.
All right. Back to Siren.
But that's honestly the connection we get with Lyra, because she's like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to fit in my glass bubble. I'm fitting my glass bubble. And she has this paradox. We all kind of have that. We're like, yeah, I feel like I'm enough. Why do I feel like this? Should I not be confident? Is this false confidence? And that's her whenever she's like, I am the sister. I am not the sister. Oh my gosh, Granny, you're the sister. And I absolutely love the little sprinkles of Granny that we get throughout this. She's such a strong character. We don't have her enough.
Yeah. I didn't see that coming. I knew there was going to be a story with Granny, and I'm like, there has to be something. She knows something with the Poseidon, with Lyra. There's something that she knows. I did not expect her to be her sister. Like, I was like, when that happened, I was like, yo, what? That's crazy. And I feel like that's really why one of the reasons I really, really like this webtoon, because it's just so unexpected. Like the freaking relationships that happen. It didn't go my way, but you know, it's fine. It's fine.
I
I'm
did
so
not
happy.
think Granny was going to be the sister. What I originally thought was that she was turned into a Siren,
Mhm.
and then she traded with somebody, and then she started her second chance of life, walking on the beach, kind of remembering where she was, having that growth moment, and then finding Emila at the time. And so I was like, okay, that's why she knows about the curse and everything. She used to be one. And then when it's like total flip, and I'm like, okay. But I still wonder if she ever did go in the water, because she knew about the curse, and she talked about how she had power because she transferred her power to protect Lyra and then did it again.
Mhm. I would suspect she didn't go in the water because she knew, like, maybe if she went in, she'd get, like, caught up in all of it. I'd assume, like she knew what to avoid and was smart against that, because most people didn't, so they would end up sucked away and become a siren.
That's fair.
Another thing that I wasn't expecting at all was the whole story with Ian. Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
That was a complete shock to me.
I think one of my favorite stories was like learning about Ian's past, because I think he was just the most mysterious character to me.
He really was.
And finding out like what a tragedy that was for him and Amila to be just like forbidden lovers at that point. You know, she couldn't be with him. And then it was so sad to see, like, I could see why he had such a broken heart. And then when he has to relive all of that.
Remind me, Amila and Lyra, how are they related?
She's her mom.
Her mom. Okay, I thought so. I was like, wait, I can't remember right now. But that story, oh my gosh, it was so sad. And I really liked reading about it though, because right from the beginning we get Ian, this fun, like, you know, straightforward, careless character, but we're like, why were you heartbroken though? Like, what was the story? And it was a really sad one. So I can see why my man Ian was heartbroken.
Mm-hmm.
Something that I really wish I knew more about was, did Emila talk to her husband about Ian? Because the moment she went missing, her husband was like, you know where she at. And then he freaking cuts his face with a bottle. And I'm like, oh, don't you touch my boy. What?
Yeah. I think she or he might have found out, one or the other.
Yeah. I don't know if she had talked about him like that. Maybe she had mentioned it in passing, like, oh yeah, I met this boy on the beach. He's cool. He's my new friend, blah, blah, blah. I don't think it would be like anything like, oh yeah, I fell in love with this guy or something like that, because who would do that? Or maybe she did. Who the heck knows? Because maybe that's why isn't that why like she ran away and he was upset, the husband?
I know. The husband was horrible in general. Like,
I mean, yeah, definitely. But like up until then, I was definitely shipping Lyra and Ian, just because I feel like Ian really helped her character develop, because ever since she helped him by letting him stay and, like, transition into human life again. I feel like her character really got a lot more strong. We just saw a different side to her, I guess. Not really it got stronger. We just saw her taking initiative and like being stronger and fighting for what she thought was right and her opinions and whatnot. So I was really shipping them just because I felt like they were really good together. But honestly, their friendship together is also really cute. So I guess in the end, I was okay with her and Sean, but I was really, really shipping her and Ian.
So I was messaging you guys as I was reading the ending of this, and I've never, even in the beginning, I always said I never really liked Lyra and Sean together.
Mm-hmm. Me neither.
I didn't enjoy them in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he dated Aaliyah because he didn't want to be alone, that's going to turn every signal off for Lyra, because she is a good individual, and if she sees that you're taken, she's not going to come after you, stupid.
Exactly.
Two, my big thing is they didn't really help each other gain. They were both so scared of hurting or doing something wrong to each other. They were walking on eggshells that they couldn't grow. And so I didn't like that.
Yeah, I feel like they just weren't like comfortable together. Like I feel like they should be comfortable. Like the way the dynamic between Lyra and Ian was just so like they were so friendly and comfortable and open about everything and joking around, just having fun. I feel like I personally like that dynamic a lot better than, walking on eggshells and being awkward, not being able to tell you how I really feel. Because like in the long run, I feel like you would want to be with someone that you're comfortable with and you can talk to. And so that's why I personally really shipped her with Ian, just because I feel like they really brought out the best in each other. He became more human because of her and empathetic towards people because of her, and she became a stronger individual. They both helped each other really grow as people. And her and Sean, yeah, they might have been friends growing up and they were there for each other, whatever, but were they really?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I in the end, I guess I'm happy for them, but I just don't see them as being my favorite couple in the whole situation. Favorite couple though is Tua and Capella.
Oh yeah.
I freaking love them.
They're so cute. I cannot with those
so
two.
freaking adorable.
I was always a strong Sean shipper. I was when I first read it. I like I listened to an interview, a new one that InstantMiso just did, and like her, I'm a big softie. Like I like the soft boys, in my opinion, and I'm a sucker for
I
those
do like
childhood
soft
friend
boys.
stories. And so when I saw him, I was like, I like him a lot. And it's not like neither guy was a bad choice, I think, in my opinion. I
Oh
think
yeah,
either
yeah,
one was a
definitely.
very good choice for her. And I was like, you know what? I'd be happy either way. I'm not going to spite Instant Miso, unlike some people I've heard
Mhm.
have done that. And I'm like, I feel very bad
Really?
because she's just like in her interview, she's like, my children. You don't say this about my children.
Why would people spite her? That's so rude.
I feel like they want their ship to be the
I get it.
one,
Like
you
I
know?
want my ship too, but I'm not gonna be like, it's Miso. Why are you doing
Yeah,
this to me? Like, bro,
exactly.
it's her story. It's her work. Let her do what she wants. This is the way she wants to express herself, her story. Let it be. I mean, because they're both good choices, like you said. Like in the end, they're both good choices. I personally just thought there was a better connection between those two. But I mean, maybe they're just, supposed to be friends. Maybe that was the thing. But
When it came to Lyra and Ian, I did enjoy them together. I liked their interactions. I didn't ship them. I felt like they had a really strong friendship, and I love that they could grow together, but their core personalities were just off enough. I didn't see it.
Hmm.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong. And that's why, like, I guess in the end, when I was reading it and I saw Lyra and Sean together, I understood why they were the couple because they match each other. I feel like they go well together in the end. I feel like she just needed to grow a little and he also needed to grow to be comfortable in that relationship. So I can see why they ended up being the couple because it makes sense. And it just took me some time to really accept it and understand it. Like at first I was like, oh, why? But again, I just needed time to like be like, okay, it kind of makes sense because I did enjoy their friendship a lot, and maybe if they were a couple, it wouldn't have worked out. Maybe they wouldn't have been as good in a relationship like that. But their friendship was definitely one of my favorites. They really like they you can truly see how much they love each other. Maybe not in a romantic way, but like
Hmm.
I just like their relationship, their dynamic a lot. And that's probably one of the reasons why I shipped them because I just loved seeing them together. But I mean, it's not like I'm not gonna see them together. The end scene where there was a proposal and then Sean and Ian, they're just bros now. I freaking love that. I just want to say that I love them being friends and them being bros. It was so cute.
The best ship out there is Ian and Sean.
I
Honestly, yes,
honestly love them in the Siren shorts. They were always so
yes.
cute. It's like but when it comes to ships, the moment I don't know if I messaged in the group chat or if I just sent this to Goobs, but I was like, I can totally see Lyra and Siren Sean because of that development. Because instead
Yes.
of being like the little noodle he was realizing that she was the foundation, but he had the base. He had to bring it out.
Mhm.
She's not gonna hold him forever.
I like that you mentioned Siren Sean because he, Siren Sean, I really vibe with that man. That man
Yeah,
knew his worth and expected to be treated with
Yeah.
respect.
I I absolutely loved when he got jealous. It's like
Yes.
normal Sean got jealous, kind of like a wimpy noodle. He didn't do anything. He just kind of whined about it in his head. Siren Sean would like walk up and be like, "Yo, what's up? What you doing? You want
Look,
a bump? Like, get
exactly.
off."
Okay. I definitely love the fact that you mentioned that though, because like once he, became Siren Sean, obviously, he let go of his past, obviously because of being reborn or whatever. Um, I feel like he really needed that. He definitely really needed that because he was a wimpy noodle before. Like, I'm sorry. He needed that character development to accept his
Mhm.
feelings and be him and be comfortable with who he is. And after that is when I could really see, like, okay, I could see you being with Lyra now because you both are being more upfront and real about your feelings and stuff like that. So after he became Siren Sean, I was like, all right.
But he didn't completely let go of his past. You see this struggle, and I really appreciate that, because how many times are we sitting there and like thoughts of what we've done comes trailing and holding us back from what we're going to do? That was such a power move.
It definitely was. That was portrayed so beautifully and so well. And I right now, where I am in my life, I feel like I can relate to that Sean, just because I don't know, I feel like I'm trying to change. I don't know,
You're
bro.
breaking your
Why am I
glass
exposing
bubble.
myself?
Yeah.
Why am I exposing myself in a podcast?
You're becoming
But,
a
like,
siren. Is that what you're saying?
maybe it's
Oh my
exactly what I'm doing.
gosh.
I'm shedding out of this human skin, guys.
So a quick jump really quick, because we're talking about characters. When it comes to Emila, yes, I understand that Lyra is like, well, I don't want to just be like, yo, I'm your daughter since we're the same age right now. But why did she change her name to Amy? Like, it's just all of a sudden her hair is cut and she is Amy. And I'm like, what?
Well, didn't she come back with no memory? I'm assuming she didn't know. So she gave herself a new name, like what Ian did when he came.
Oh, that's fair.
Because his original name was like Kai, right? Which I'm assuming.
And I
Kai,
knew it.
so.
I knew his name was going to be Kai. The moment I saw him, like, that's
Why?
totally a Kai. I don't know why.
Really?
Yes,
Honestly, I love the name Kai, so I'm cool with it. Good.
Oh my gosh. You know why I thought his name was Kai was because I read this book. So it's a trilogy. I think it's Matched or something. And the way they describe the boy named Kai in that book, he's literally Ian in the series. Same description, everything. When I saw him, I was like, you look just like the description of this guy in this book I read. And then he turns out to be named Kai. And I was like, I'm so good at that.
Dang, you're on a freaking roll. But
That's
I'm a
awesome.
simp for Kai, guys. Like, EXO, one of the members, his name is Kai. Let me tell you, I'm a simp for him. And I'm a simp for Ian Kai. Because Kai.
Oh my gosh.
All right, enough of my simpiness. Yeah, I really like that name. And I guess, okay, for what you were saying, Emila and her name changing to Amy, I guess, like, I kind of saw it as, like, you know, she was so restricted in her past life, her past marriage. Cutting her hair, changing her name was kind of a way for her to express herself and be who she truly was, and not this person named Emila, who she was bound, you know, like, restricted to be. So I feel like that was kind of her thing there. Like, maybe that's what InstantMiso was trying to do with the whole haircut, the name change thing. But again, she did really forget who she was. So Amy, I guess. And maybe even if, like, Ian and, you know, they told her, like, oh yeah, your name's Emila, you did this and this, you're so and so. Like, okay, so what? I used to be this person. I'm not that person anymore. I feel like maybe that's what she was thinking, and she's like, I am this person now. This is who I want to be. So
I don't know.
Amy.
I guess I was
hair.
just expecting a different type of name.
Yeah, I know what
we
you
have
mean.
Lyra, we have Corey, we have Sean. I was thinking, like, I don't know, like
some cool
Ember
name
or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Amy sounds really cute. And I like that when you see the little necklace, it's an A, and she's kind of flaunting her new life. I like that.
She does make it super cute, and I really enjoy it. No dissing on anybody named Amy, I promise.
It's just that we expected something else. Why wasn't her name Notion? That's just my only question. Like,
not Notion. It's just not
why
Notion.
Not Notion?
Oh my gosh. You know,
can a creator please just use my name? Wait, I'm not Notion, but, you know, can they just use this beautiful, immaculate name, Notion, please? It's spelled Naushinn, just so you know.
I actually was really enjoying seeing those little, like, post-credit. I'm gonna call them post-credits at this point, the epilogues and stuff that she would add in.
Yeah.
And I see just this bubbly woman in comparison, like this very, you know, saddened woman whenever she was Emila. I just love that she has so much, like, vibrancy to her. And seeing her and Ian being like this little partners in crime, mischievous little couple, it was like, that's so cute.
I feel like that part really showed how they really matched each other's like energy. So in the end, I was happy for Ian, Kai, Embla, Amy, whatever you want to call them. I was really happy because they seemed to really, you know, I don't know, well together. You can't see my hands, guys, but you know, I'm doing things. They really
they really are like the yin and yang to each other, because whenever he was all like, oh, I'm making a living, and she's just like, nah, you robbing people. Like he's in his little fantasy bubble, and she's like, I'm gonna bring you back down to earth.
Yeah.
But then she has her moments where she's like, oh, this is amazing, and I can see where he's like, hey, hold on. Like I don't know, I see them together. The moment I saw them together, I knew that Lyra and Ian were not meant. And that was my perspective. I was just like,
hurts me a little that they weren't together, but it's okay because I love their friendship together. I think I said that many times, but in the end, I was really happy with the couples, I guess, and how the story ended. It was immaculate. I don't think it could have ended any better.
oh my. So little couples over here. Can we talk about what was his name? Not River.
Not River.
The hunter.
I don't feel like ship guy.
Oh, the hunter.
The brother.
I didn't put him down in the name. Dang it! I didn't put him in the chart.
The brother with the long hair.
Yeah.
Is his name Trevor?
I'm not sure.
But you're talking about the men on the ship, right? Both.
Yes.
Of them? Okay, we'll go with that.
The two hunters. We're just gonna call Blonde Hunter and Glasses Hunter.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay, so there was definitely a thing between them two because they cared about each other. And then and then whenever Tua is talking to Glasses, and he's just like, well, you should switch with me so we can show him the difference, and then he kills him. And I was like, oh, this cannot be the end. Are you kidding me right now? And then at the very end, when everybody's like, yay, Seafoam has been lifted. And he hands him his glasses and says, you're going to need these. Also makes me wonder, did he hold on to his glasses the whole time as a memento?
I bet he did.
I think he did. I'm assuming that's exactly what he did. Because, okay, the blonde guy, like, I hated him throughout the whole entire story. Like, bro, he was triggering me. But then hearing about his story, I did feel bad for him. And then, you know, he didn't know any better, I guess. Like, he didn't know what they were becoming. He didn't realize. He lost his brother to these sirens. So I can see where he's coming from. Again, I'm not excusing it, but, like, I can see where he's coming from and why he did what he did. But, like, it was very cute to see that, you know, he was still holding on to this and, like, thinking of him. Like, I don't know.
It just...
I can't remember. Did he find his brother in the end? I think he did, no?
Yes.
He found each other? Yeah.
So that was River, who actually had a different name. Can't remember what the other name was. Maybe he was Trevor at this point.
Isn't Trevor, like, the frog from Harry Potter? The toad? I don't know why I just thought of that right now, but
I don't recall.
I don't recall the name of the toad.
Neville's toad was Trevor.
That's hilarious. I'm
sorry.
Shout out to J.K. Rowling, not a webtoon. But anyway, yeah. Trevor. So yes, he learns, and oh my gosh, River. That's his new name, and that's what I know him as. So that's what I will call him as. He just craves female attention so bad. He's such a puppy.
Please.
Oh my gosh.
He was adorable. I liked him.
I feel like his character was needed strictly because he was going to help, and he kind of helped. He helped development. He helped the story progression. Plus, he was just adorable.
Yeah.
Exactly. His character was definitely a need in the story.
He's very good support. I feel like he was very supportive to Pele or Pile. I don't know how to say her name.
Yeah, I don't really know how to say her name. I'm just gonna go with Pele.
Pele. Well, he was very supportive for her, and then as they keep going on, like Sean and everything, everyone's getting a chance to like, I don't know. He builds paths in a way. He doesn't really realize he's doing it. I think that's cool.
Yeah. But can we talk about Tua and Pella? They're so freaking beautiful, guys.
Yes.
Like,
oh my gosh. Okay. Whenever we thought he died, what did you?
I was sobbing. I'm like, no, he's not. No, I refuse. I was in tears.
When Pele went on the warpath, I was like, get it, girl. Get it.
Yes, I love that.
I got really nervous because I remember when she was like, oh my gosh, the Crim's thing, I don't want to be a horrible person. She was so scared of the monster she was going to become. And so then when she went on that warpath, I was like, okay, there's two things that could happen here. Either one, she just completely fulfills Crim's thing and becomes what she doesn't want to be, or two, she's going to grow into this fierce, let me get it to you. And I was like, all right, I'm going to watch this.
I love all the fierceness from all the women in the story, just in general. Love it all. Like, even, what was her name? Aaliyah as a villain. Like, dude.
Oh, yeah.
strong freaking woman. I freaking love it.
I never know why whenever I read webtoons or even watch anime and other stories, I always gravitate to the female characters. I don't know, it's probably because I'm a female myself, but even if it's like, I remember watching Naruto and I would gravitate towards Sakura, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but for a while I was trying really hard to root for her, and then it's
I'm a 100% simp, so I always gravitate towards hot men, not just men. Hot men, attractive.
I'm like, I just gravitated so much to like the women here though. Like Lyra, she was just so easy to relate to, and then yeah.
I don't discriminate between simping between the genders, okay? I gravitate towards both, I guess.
I gravitate towards whoever has like the hardest backstory and the softest heart, but is like super like hard. I'm kind of like, I look for baguettes, the crunchy outside and the soft gooey inside. Yes.
Now I want one. Thank you.
Like when a completely different thing, anime. When we're looking at Tokyo Revengers, Draken's my man. He is my baguette.
I love Draken, bro. Yes, Draken is my man.
The gem.
I can't believe he's 15. I can't simp over him. It's illegal.
So when we started progressing and we started learning about Aaliyah Poseidon, I was really excited that she was the Poseidon actually, because I was like, oh my goodness, am I going to get like this weird, awkward guy creature that's like, if it was a guy, I was just like, is it going to be one of these like alone, sort of creepy, makes Crim look normal sort of person?
Honestly, was thinking originally that the Poseidon was going to be Crim for a moment there. I was like, please don't want to be him. And then it's freaking Aaliyah with her baddie self. Like, I don't like you, but still, I like you. I don't know. Love hate with her.
Yeah.
Did you we didn't expect her to be Poseidon, and we just assume it's just this phenomenon character out there, right? Because I know I kept suspecting, like, what if it's a character we already know? So I kept thinking, is it Kai at this point or Ian? I was trying to dig in everywhere.
I low-key thought it was Ian for a second, because I'm like, if it's someone that we know, like, it was really suspicious in that part when we were only hearing about the Poseidon. I'm like, something's gonna happen. There's gonna be a major twist. Watch it be freaking Ian, because he came out of the freaking ocean. It's gonna be freaking Ian. It's gonna be freaking Ian. And then it was not Ian, and I was like, Aaliyah, okay, all right, I'll take it.
I was really expecting the Poseidon to not actually be anybody. My thought process was they're gonna find like some scroll, or they're not gonna find anything and realize that it's just the power within them sort of thing. like, let's go Care Bears, I guess. That's honestly what I thought this was going to turn into. And then all of a sudden we see like her, and I'm like, it clicks. Her. Why?
It makes sense. I mean, I guess my idea of the Poseidon kind of morphed throughout reading the whole entire thing. At first, I was thinking, okay, it's gonna be some creepy dude, or it's just a myth or something, and then it's a creepy dude, and then I was like, okay, maybe it's Ian because he's being suspicious, and he came out of the ocean, and then I was like, wait, is it Granny? And then I'm like, what, Aaliyah? And then I think at one point I was like, maybe it's Lyra, because why did she turn into like partial Siren's situation? Like, why was that a thing? So my idea kind of changed throughout the story, but I think at that certain point, I did think it was like gonna be Ian. I was like, oh my god, like it's gonna be Ian. But honestly, it did change throughout. And I feel like InstantMiso did such a good job with that, because I was guessing the whole entire time and I never got it right until the end.
I was fascinated whenever I found out she was the Poseidon, because then you get more of that introduction of how she does the process of Siren, and then back to human, Siren, back to human. How she remembers who she is with that little like spell. I guess it's a spell. I don't really know what she was writing on her hand, but that was always really cool.
The whole story was just beautiful, guys. If you guys haven't read it, read it. It's amazing.
It was good. It's a very good webtoon. I feel like it just tied everything up like we needed it to. Like, I really wouldn't know how else she could have ended it. I was like, how do you end the story with this crazed magician? I don't know what to call her. Was she like she had magic? I don't really know what they were.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't.
They're witches?
Witches? It's a type of sorcerer. I can go with like a sorcerer kind of thing. Let me
pull it up and see what it says in the end.
I was thinking, what is the female name for a sorcerer? Or is it
sorceress?
Sorceress? I think so.
Yeah. Okay, whenever we find out she's Poseidon and Sean dies, what did you think there?
So, this is gonna sound
dancing. Oh, sorry.
This is gonna sound so like heartless, but the moment he died, I was like, oh, okay. The ship is now Ian and Lyra. And that was my first thought. I was like, dang it. And then I actually got I was happy for him because he had finally let go of his past, and he had developed into this beautiful character that I really liked. So I was like, okay, if Granny's talking about letting go, we're realizing we have to move on. I'm okay with this. I'm going to miss you, but I'm proud of you kind of thing. And I was excited to see what that was going to shape Lyra into.
I definitely thought whenever he died, I was like thinking, okay, I can't tell if this is going to be a death or not, because I kept feeling in my heart like he's going to come back. I just wouldn't know how he's going to. And so when he did, it was satisfying in the way that like it came like full circle, because he came back as like a new person in his own way, because he was able to like let go of that past, and him and Lyra really finally able to connect in the way that they weren't able to in the beginning of the series. And I felt like all of those obstacles and everything was able to like kind of give the path that they needed to be together. And I know after he died, I was like thinking, how is she going to solve this problem? And I don't know how you felt about how she solved the problem, because I thought it was interesting to say the least that she was able to kind of like get to confide into Ophelia of her past, because the problem with Ophelia is that she just couldn't let go, like at all.
She had this promise to remember him forever. And my thing is, yes, you would remember him forever, but I feel like she went about it the wrong way. Because as long as she's living, he's living in her. And then whenever she passes, she can continue or potentially be with him again. So I think she was just looking at it a different way, which I kind of enjoyed her aspect of it, because it gave meaning to the story of why she was doing all of this craziness. Again, not an excuse. Like, just because you're heartbroken doesn't mean you go break other people's hearts. What's wrong with you?
Mm-hmm.
But it made such a cute ending whenever she finally let go, and then Granny was there to be like, you kept him waiting long enough. Oh my gosh. My heart was so full of joy.
Mm-hmm. I love that scene. I thought it was so beautiful. And I felt like the way both her and Lyra handle grief, because I mean, she lost Sean and she just thought the way she handles it, she's so strong as a person to just be able to like, I need to just build myself up and I'm going to, do what I can. And I think it's, I watched Frozen 2 the other day. And I think it was like with Anna, she thought she lost her sister. And then she goes and she's like, you know what, I got to do the next best thing I can do. And that's to, do what I need to do to help out. Or was it like the next right thing? There's a whole song to it, but it's the same thing with like Lyra. She's here trying like, I got to just pick myself up and I got to keep going. And I thought that was a cool thing that, when she handles her grief differently, it like touches Ophelia. And she's like, you know what, I can do that too. And so it builds up the story more. And I thought it was cool to see like two women like connecting like that in a way that was not something I see very often in other like stories, is where people really like emotionally connect and help each other grow. Because I know like with antagonists and stuff, sometimes you can't save them and then they're just like, whoop, they're gone. And then save the day, I guess. But here she grows and it's cool to see that she is able to move on and help other people live their lives again.
I just read the last chapter.
Did you relive the proposal? You can't just do that without us.
That was such a cute proposal, by the way.
I cannot with how Ian is here like, hey, there's some fireworks. It's so cute.
I forgot what I was doing. Like I was listening to you guys and like in the music with the I felt the wind in my face. I was there, guys. I was there.
Oh my gosh.
How did he get that ring? Like that custom ring for her? That was so cute. I was like, I need
honestly,
one of those.
And I used my 14-day thing to read the last chapter again.
You're
it's fun
fine.
though. I enjoyed it.
It's worth it.
Did they ever explain why their hearts look so different from each other? Because Sean had a very special heart, and Ian kind of had like the same one as everyone else, right? A blue.
Ian was a blue broken heart. Lyra was blue at times, but she was mainly yellow, which is when you feel loved. And then Sean was somewhere in the middle, so he was green, but he had the infinity sign, kind of like he was forever trapped like that. Oh, can we talk about the red heart that Lyra gets when she's just like, I'm gonna lose it for a moment? Okay, we're good. Because that's literally what it is. She's just like, and we're okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So I Googled it. Again, we were right. It was a sorceress. I don't know why we were so confused. It's okay, though, because of this confusion, I got to read the last chapter again, and it was beautiful. Here we have Amy again.
Amy, beautiful. Stunning.
She's so cute.
I know she's adorable.
She is. I just wanna show you Ian though. It's like, look at them, they're so adorable together.
Yes, they're so cute. Can I just say, like, the fan service in the series is like impeccable. And I don't know if you follow her TikTok. She's just so funny. Like, I think the humor just flies into her stories. Even with Eaternal Nocturnal, they're all hilarious. They have the funniest scenes. With her TikTok, I think it was something about like abs or something, like not all of your characters can have abs. She's like, how dare you?
Why not, bro? Of course, all her characters can have abs because I will be there to simp for the characters.
Lyra can have abs. Everyone can have abs.
Dude, even Corey could have abs.
Yes, Corey can have abs.
Ian gives me like surfer vibes.
Yes. Beach boy surfer vibes. I love it.
Lots of pudding.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
That is the true the true ship.
Honestly.
It's Ian with a spoon paddling himself in a empty pudding cup. That is the ship.
Oh, that is the ultimate ship. That is what I want.
InstantMiso, if you hear this, you need to. If you don't need to, if you'd like to, you can draw this and then just put it as a random Siren short. It's just the true ship.
If you hear this, I love you. I'm a simp for
you. Yes. Thank you so much.
We simp for you so hard.
We simp for you.
All of your stories are absolutely gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. It just.
I'm a simp.
They touch me.
So that's all I want to say. I'm exposing myself right here, right now. I'm a simp for all of your characters. I'm a simp for you. I'm just a simp. You know? I just thought the whole world should know this. I hope my mother doesn't hear this, actually.
Okay. Yeah, well.
I mean, she already knows I'm a simp, but you know.
Yeah.
not as much of a simp as you guys know that I am.
You know, when we finally get a chance, we do need to touch on her Where Tangents Meet series, because I know that one will be a really fun talk about.
I'm gonna reread that one because I'm gonna be honest, I remember it, but I don't remember enough to talk about it, I feel like.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I was reading these Siren's Lambent and Where Tangents Meet at the same time. And I actually finished Siren's Lambent first because you can read 5 episodes at a time versus 1. So thank you for letting me read 5 episodes at a time, because I don't think I could have handled the turmoil and the heartache and the building of the heart, all of the emotions, 1 chapter at a time.
Dude, I was fast passing. I don't know how you did it. I was fast passing.
You want me to fast pass over 180 episodes? Girl.
Listen, your girl was doing just that. I did not.
I need to be rolling in that Webtoon coins, guys. I mean, if we can get a discount.
For real. Like, I'm going to need it, because the way I be spending money on Webtoons is kind of crazy. Like, I don't make that kind of money. I don't make enough money to be doing that. Literally, I read the first pass. I can't even speak. The first fast pass of Eaternal Nocturnal. It's literally releasing tomorrow, and I still did it.
Yes.
Like, bro, I'm probably gonna read the other 2 that are available too. So. Yeah.
Like, I could be patient, but I didn't. I read it
exactly.
last.
Am I the only one of us that has self-control?
I can have self-control, but I choose not to for these stories.
Listen to me, Bee. I have no self-control. You should know this, because I'm a K-poppy. I'm a simp. What kind of a simp has self-control? Tell me. If we had self-control, we wouldn't be simps.
You know what? This just shows metal music is superior, because I have self-control and my music screams. It's great.
No, you don't have self-control either. Calm down. It's only more than us. It's just a little bit more than us, okay?
You know
You're gonna break one of these days. I'm gonna be here for it.
I need to know. I need to know if there is because how much is the biggest package of Webtoon coins you can get? It's about is it that? So how much is that? Like $95 or?
Probably.
I think it's like $99.99 or something.
I need to find someone who actually paid for that, because there had to be like someone out there who's done it.
It's $99.99, and it's 1,000 coins plus 150, so 1,150 coins.
I need to find the person who bought that.
So I think I got like the $5 or $10 strictly so I could fast pass and be on these podcasts with you guys.
Me. The highest one that I've bought, I think, was the $5 one. And I don't know why, because I literally will run out and I'll just go and buy $5 one again. And I'm like, I should, at this point, I should just buy the $100 one, because in the end, I'm spending probably just as much, if not more.
I'll do my best whenever they have those little free coin things. I'm like, okay, yes, every day. I'm like,
But the thing about those are like sometimes I've already read those stories, so now what?
Yeah, I'm happy for the ones where they do the little stamp a day. Like I don't have to read anything just to stamp because I might have already read like some of the series. I'm like, well, I have no way of getting free money.
Exactly, bro. Webtoon, can you just like sponsor us or something? Cause
Yeah, give me some free coins. I need to.
please, the way we be reading these stories.
Oh, we can talk to the authors and be like, oh, you want us to talk about your story? Let us fast pass it for free.
Oh, that's such a good idea. We should do it.
InstantMiso, we calling you out, fam.
InstantMiso, please, please. I
It's
told you I'm a simp for you. You
the
help your fan out.
the 5
just,
coins. I've already spent like maybe 15 coins or more on your series.
Yeah,
all of them.
Same. I fast passed all of it. As much as I could. I literally went like as much as I could. I fast passed until there were more available. I'm like, why do I do this to myself? I was so like into it that at one point there was just nothing available for me to read for like a while. And I'm just like, dude, why did I do this to myself? If I didn't use fast pass, at least I would have like a chapter or something.
I'm not sure how much like we covered because I know this is a whole series we're talking about. I know we're trying to keep it as broad as we can when it comes to all the characters and stuff. It would have been really interesting if like this series was still ongoing because we could have like really delved into some of the things that were going on. But now I have no theories to come up with because I already know what happened. Like it's just, I think I'm just satisfied because it just covered every little odd and end there is, and I was happy with how everyone turned out and what they were able to do and accomplish.
Yes. It honestly was an extremely satisfying ending. I didn't feel like there were any loose ends. I didn't feel like I needed more or that there had to be something else adding on.
Mhm.
It was the perfect closure that you never get in real life.
Mhm.
Exactly. Yeah, I couldn't have said that any better. I literally like beautiful chef's kiss, masterpiece. I
Immaculate.
died happy after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My heart's full after reading, and if I
Exactly.
reread
like,
it,
I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like I didn't feel like I needed more because it just ended so perfectly. Like it could not have been any better. The ending could not have been any better. The whole story, honestly, the flow was just perfect. I didn't feel bored ever. I didn't feel like it was happening too fast. The pacing was beautiful. The art beautiful. The music beautiful. The storytelling, everything immaculate. Ending amazing.
Just the only thing I would probably want more from the story is a hardcover copy of it. Like, give me it physically.
Oh my god.
Now that is something I could get into.
Yeah, it's like give me the physical copy, an art book. Give me all the merch.
Oh my
just
god.
take my money at this point.
Yeah, I'm poor.
Take my wallet. I don't have much to give you, but just take it all.
I have no wallet at this point.
Give us free fast passes, but we'll buy your
For
book.
real. Please. No, but Webtoons really out here taking my wallet. It got my wallet on like a freaking chokehold, bro.
You can download the Google reward.
I keep forgetting to get that. Let me do that right now.
Dude, it's free money. That's the only reason I have fast passes because I was like, I am not going to spend it.
Let me download it right now. Google, what is it?
You can Google rewards.
We could send her the link, I guess, if we wanted to, if she can't find it.
That's fair. I have. Okay, hold up. Let me see.
This one?
Yeah.
Get.
I'm gonna get some fast passes.
Okay, so right now I have $23.
Dang, girl. I only have
hey,
2.
Yo. I have 0 as of right now.
Okay. In total, I've had $183.60 of rewards. I've done 785 surveys and I got like 80 or 28 cents, 47 cents, 17 cents, 10 cents, 41 cents.
You know what? I'll do it for Webtoon.
Yes, we'll do it for Webtoon.
I'll do it for InstantMiso.
Yes, InstantMiso. I'm gonna like just bow right now.
You can't see us right now, but we're bowing.
No, we're bowing. We're nodding our heads in acknowledgement.
I'm doing the, what is it? This is what
Attack
I'm doing.
on Titans.
Attack on Titans.
Or a heart over your chest. I think it was something like, I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's the heart. It's the hand over the fist over the chest.
Yeah, the
to
fist over
show
just...
my appreciation, my love for you.
Oh my gosh, I love it. So I think an overall view of the series, I'm just gonna say I love the 3-dimensional characters. I love the trio's relationship and how freaking funny this series can get sometimes, because they definitely make it worth the read, because I feel like anytime they are together, it's like I'm watching a group of friends, like just the closest things in the world. It's just, like, I love that.
I liked all the emotions that were portrayed in it, even though like I feel like it was a very serious story at times. There was still a lot of like humor and comedy, and like the interactions between all the characters just made it so good for me. I feel like I was in it, you know? I just feel like I'm a part of, I just love them so much.
I like how she kind of handles grief, because of how Ophelia and Lyra battle it out with their own types of grief. And I just like how she was able to tie everything up together and somehow redeem a character that I didn't think would be redeemable, because in a way, her sacrificing herself, she was able to at least solve some problems. Yeah.
At least we got, Glasses Boy and long hair dude together, so that's important.
And she brought in Tua and Pele. I was like, how do you make such a perfect couple at this point?
Literally. Oh, and like, you know how like they always talk about like they would want to like dance together? So as I was rereading the last chapter right now, there was a little frame where they were dancing together, and oh my god, they just looked so cute. It's so beautiful, and it just made me so happy, like to see everyone like that. And there's the flower shop. I want to go to that flower shop.
Did you see the Where Tangents Meet cameos in the series? If you were able to find them? Yeah.
Yes. I didn't realize until later. I was like, hold up. I know you from somewhere else.
Yes. I saw Rachel dancing in the background where Pele was going to for her little lessons. And then what's his name from the main guy from Where Tangents Meet?
Landon?
Yes. They're twins with a little space thingy right there. So that's so cute.
Yes. Oh, so cute.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if Bee has anything else to say about the series before we
I was just gonna finish off with Granny and how powerful she was. And the fact that in the end, when Lyra didn't know what to do, she's still good at her, and she was like, this is where I messed up. Please grow from this. Like, and then she was able to help Aaliyah, Poseidon, Ophelia, whichever name you want to use, to help her grow. Oh, that just touched my heart.
It was a beautiful ending for everyone.
I feel warm.
Yeah.
Well, I had a lot of fun talking about Siren's Lament. I'm finally happy we did a discussion on this, because I know I wanted to do one when it was still releasing, but I didn't get around to it in time. So I'm happy we finally got something for it. And I'm just excited for where Eaternal Nocturnal is going to take us. And I know we will be talking more about that series in the future. And hopefully we'll have a Where Tangents Meet episode too, so we can get all of the adventures of InstantMiso's work.
Ooh, I'm about it.
I'm so thankful you guys came on, and we're going to call it off for today. So I'm Goobs.
Panda.
And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
I'd like to take a moment to thank my wonderful co-hosts, Bee and Panda, for joining me on this discussion of Siren's Lament. I will leave links to their social media in the description box below. Let me know your thoughts and opinions of what we discussed today in this episode by messaging me through either of my social media handles. Both my Twitter and Instagram handles are at the Toon Balloon. I would love to hear from you. Also, definitely tell me any other webtoons, anime, or manga you are interested in. I may talk about them in future episodes. The Toon Balloon podcast can be listened to on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, and more. Now, let's end this episode of the podcast. Thank you so much for joining me today and taking the time to listen to my humble podcast. I look forward to talking with you again. This is the Toon Balloon podcast. I was your host, Ft.Bee. See you next time.